Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Formula Virtual Racing. We're here tonight for the British Grand Prix, one of the best races around the circuit of Silverstone. My name is Evan Dalton, and it is just me for the moment's time. Brendan will hopefully be joining us in a couple minutes. But yes, we are here, we are ready to go. Should be another fantastic race around Silverstone tonight as we get ready. Here we are a bit into qualifying, couple of minutes. It is a full wet race, folks. That is what we have to look forward to. We are looking at Sam Davison in the Haas down towards the club section. Of course, fantastic track Silverstone is, and it is definitely a race you do not want to miss. We'll stick with the Haas now as he heads down towards Copse Corner, Borbune with the banker. Morgan Hitchings with the banker now for 28.9. Decent lap, apologies, for the AlphaTauri. Here comes Sam though. We get the onboard camera on the Haas Formula 1 team car. Of course, Haas doing a lot better in real life than they did in this season. Well, of course, that will be tell. And here he is himself. Brendan joins me in the commentary box now. Brendan, if you can hear me, how are you doing? Now we'll give him a minute to get settled in. That's Luke Davis. That's Tyler Davison actually setting the banker of a 26.6. Round the final corner comes Sam Davison. Where's he go? He goes on provisional pole with a 26.6. That is a really close time between himself and Tyler Davison. And here is Brendan. Brendan, how are you doing?
Alright, I'm okay today, but should be a good race here. Silverstone is always a good track.
And it is a full wet race.
Oh, well, we're not getting DRS chains, but we are getting chaos.
Yes, we are. Of course, if you do know your history, we had a full wet race back in season 2, and we had Aaron McFall on pole in season 1. He's on provisional pole here tonight, 1:26.5. Excellent lap for him. He beats Sam Davison, who hasn't scored points in quite a few races. He went on almost a 3-season point scoring streak and now hasn't scored in the last 5 races, I believe. So not having too good a time is he. Still sometimes to go on the board. Jackson Turner won't be leaving the pit lane. He left the lobby and won't be coming back. Of course, if you don't keep up, this man who was out on track, Legend Rosenberg, he is the champion. There is no championships at stake apart from the constructors, which just contradicts the last sentence that I said, but there is no Drivers' Championship at stake. There is only the Constructors' title. Legend Rosenberg starting a lap now down the Sir Lewis Hamilton straight, and he's invalidated by the time we get to turn 1. So he will not be completing this lap. What will his stand-in teammate Bill Nowick do, currently on the mediums?
Let's see then, I suppose.
Here we go then, down towards Maggots, Beckett and Chapel. Some of the best corners on the circuit, some would say.
If you get them right.
If you get them right, of course, yeah.
Yeah. But when you do get them right, the feeling is fairly nice.
Down towards Stowe at the end of the hangar straight. Oh, he's invalidated there into the pit lane. Both Astons not having the easiest of time so far here in Silverstone. Jake Marsh invalidates in his Ferrari, but currently sits 4th. Liam Houseman is in 10th spot, also going slow for Ferrari. Of course, if you are just joining us, welcome. We are here in Silverstone for the British Grand Prix. It will be an excellent race, as it is going to be wet. And who doesn't love a wet race in a while? We have not had rain in a race in a good few races, I'd say, Brendan.
Yeah, hasn't been all that common of a feature, but it is here now. And obviously, just seems like Champion's struggling. Well, you've got Legend down in 19th, and well, I suppose Hamilton isn't the only champion to end up in the last couple of spots.
That is true. Hamilton, of course, not having a good qualifying. Legend, so far, not having that good of a qualifying on Hamilton's home turf. We'll go down And the next person to start a lap will be the Williams of Chloe Glennon. And Williams, of course, home race for them. And we'll be hoping for some results. Of course, Williams won here last season with Tyler Davison. He won the British Grand Prix. And oh wow, how he would love to do it again, I'm sure.
Well, you may have a British man who won last time, but this, at the moment, looks like an Irishman will have the best chance.
Yes, it looks like Aaron McFall on provisional pole would love to win another race. He won in Monaco. And he would love to win here. Here we go. Williams on a lap now. Down towards turn number 1. Into 2, which is absolutely flat out. And probably will be in the rain. No, it won't be in the rain, I don't think. Turn 3 now. And into the loop. The Wellington Straight next for the Williams. Let's go aboard. Down the Wellington Straight. A lot of drivers on outlaps.
Let's see. Move into left field. You can either keep a little on the outside to try gain speed, or just cut on the inside just to have less distance. And then you just keep to the right there before moving over to the left, and then with the cops.
Almost flat out. There was a little bit of a lift.
Yeah, I think to lift, I really like to rev it out in 7th gear. Oh, and that looks like Chloe
just backing off there. That Williams does not look like it is handling well, to say the least.
Yeah, one bad snap here and you're done.
One bad snap. How many minutes till the race someone has? Well, it will be about 7 minutes. 8 minutes till the race starts. Race is directly after qualifying. And the schedule, well, if you're on about the calendar, it is tonight in Silverstone and next week in Singapore, and that is it for the season. These are the final 2 races here in round number 14. Aaron McFall's back on another lap. He heads down towards Copse Corner, then the old start-finish straight. Of course, many a memory down the old start-finish straight. Hamilton's 2008 win, Mansell's win, a lot of successful moments happened during the old layout. But we're on the new layout now, and a lot of moments being made there too, and especially here in this league. Aaron McFall down to Maggots, through Beckett, and down to Chapel. That Alpine is on absolute rails. Never mind, he's invalidated. That was a commentator's curse. That was, yeah, a bit of a commentator's curse. Sam Davis with a great qualifying so far, in 2nd spot and less than a 10th off pole. He would absolutely love to keep this success up. Down the old start-finish straight. Oh, that's a crash. That is the Red Bull. That is Tygo Kirchhoff out of qualifying. We'll go on board with the Williams. Is it down there? Someone is down there. Oh, Sam's out. Crash at Copse. We've just caught that one there, and that is a 2nd retirement. And that is another commentator's curse. We were only saying he was having a great qualifying, and he's out of qualifying. Tyler Davison's just the fastest lap of the day so far.
Well, look at Enzo back in form.
Enzo in 4th, yes.
Let's see. No Aston, or no, or I was about to say no Aston in top 10 without Legends actually putting the time.
Legend goes on the pole by 0.3 of a second, and he's back where he belongs. Legend Rosenberg, of course, wrapping up the title last week in Saudi Arabia in a bit of a controversial battle with Juan Hernandez, his title challenger. Juan down in 7th. His form has not been good recently. He's been not doing too well. Bill Nowick for Aston Martin into Copse. Quite smooth through Copse as well. Not that bad for Bill Nowick. Down towards Maggots, into Beckett's, and down towards Chapel. You know, it's not the worst lap in the world, this, for the Aston Martin of Bill Nowick. He has, he's picked up a few points here and there in the league, has Bill, but he'll be hoping for a few more tonight. Down through Stowe and into the Vale Chicane, into Club now, and across the line it will be for Bill Nowick. It will be 13th spot, not the worst. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It's a good happy medium for Bill Nowick. I think he'll be chuffed with that. Kyle Albert is on a lap for McLaren, sporting the Daniel Ricciardo helmet. That is due to a lobby glitch he joined mid qualifying, but down towards the loop. I hear you. He's on the Wellington straight. Kyle Albert, oh, he's either very, very quick or very poor. Last week in Saudi Arabia, he had an absolute wonderful time. He started 18th, had 2 crashes in the race, finished on the podium. Or finished P4, apologies, finished P4, so he had a good time of things, that is for sure. Here he is down the hangar straight under the Emirates Bridge, as there is a lot of traffic here in front of him. That is a Ferrari, that is Jake Marsh. That's Liam Houseman, who he's hoping can get out of his way. Here comes Kyle Albert down into the Vale chicane and into Club. We'll see where he can go. Cross the line now for Kyle Albert. It will pop up into 11th. It beats his teammate. And
consistent with real life.
Yeah, it does. McLaren, of course, 11th and 12th in Saudi Arabia. When is the last race in Singapore? Next weekend, 7:30, not GMT, BST it is at that point. Next weekend is the season finale in Singapore. All the titles might be decided, but it will still be a cracker of a race. Aaron McFall is having another go at this Silverstone circuit. Business end of qualifying. It is the important part. Of course, anything can really happen in qualifying, and it is happening for Aaron McFall. He's purple in sector number 1. Needs an absolute mega lap if he wants to beat that time from Legend Rosenberg, but of course it is a wet race, so he still has the opportunity then. Points are scored in the race, not in qualifying. Aaron McFall down towards Copse Corner in the Alpine, absolutely flat out, no hint of a lift, and that is exactly what he needs. Maggots, Beckett and Chappell now. This is where he made his mistake on the last lap. He won't make the same mistake on this lap. This is looking decent for Aaron McFall. Rounds through Chappell, down the hangar straight towards Stowe. Needs every inch of straight line speed this Alpine possibly can have. And it's a decent line through Stowe as well. No, it's wide and invalidates into the pit lane. It's qualifying over for Aaron McFall. That's exactly what he doesn't want. That's Kyle Albert out of qualifying. That is a retirement in the pits, and that is it for Aaron McFall. He makes the crucial mistake that he didn't want. Adrian Teich is on a lap and en route to be held up by Bill Nowick here. Bill just doesn't get out of the way, and that is disappointing for Adrian. Of course, Adrian picking up his first points of the season with a P8 in Saudi Arabia. He will be looking to continue that form tonight for sure. Down into Brooklands goes Adrian Teich. Oh, it's a spin for the Alfa Romeo, and round he goes into the wall, and that is qualifying presumably over. We go down to the Williams, not a lap on the board yet. We'll be hoping to set one, currently valid. Aaron McFall, of course, retiring from the session. He will not get another lap in. He didn't have enough time. 1 minute remains here in qualifying for the British Grand Prix. Like Lennon. That's the final corner. It will be a P14 start at best, unless this next lap can be an improvement. Morgan Hitchings is out of qualifying. That is in the pit lane. He will not get another lap in. There is a real backlog here in the last sector. Legend Rosenberg starting his lap. Jake Marsh ending his lap. Jake Marsh will not improve. He is a 10th down. Legend Rosenberg currently on provisional pole. If he can improve by much more, it might just be enough for the world champion. Oh no, he's blocked by the AlphaTauri! No, he's been blocked by the AlphaTauri of Morgan Hitchings, and it's really unlucky. That is from Legend. He has been blocked by the AlphaTauri and won't get to. He could still improve on this lap, but it will be very difficult now. Tyler Davison starts his lap into turn 1 of Abbey through the farm curve and down towards turn 3 of Village. That's Adrian Teich confirmed out of the session. Of course, he did have that spin we've seen on the exit of Luffield. Down the Wellington straight comes Tyler Davison. He's down on his time so far. Needs to improve. He needs 3/10 in this lap. I don't think that's possible. What is Legend Rosenberg doing? Is Legend Rosenberg improving? He's not lighting the timesheets up. He's down on his time, and I think that's it, unless he's a mega last sector. The ball is in the Alfa Romeo's court. The ball is in Lewis McWilliams' court, as he has gone to P3. Tyler Davison. Down the hanger straight now. He's improving by a 1/10.5. It needs to be a mega last sector if he wants to take pole in his home circuit. It needs to be a monster of a last sector. Legend's been disqualified from the session for parked at a dangerous location.
Not that, I suppose, it won't really affect his championship, but
Tyler Davison will take pole in Silverstone. It's been last minute shock. He's improved. He would have almost got it, you know. But he will take pole for his home Grand Prix. And Legend Rosenberg is down the back. Tyler Davison takes pole in Silverstone. Legend Rosenberg will start from last position on the grid. That is qualifying. What a hectic last end to the session.
British one too.
What an end to the session. Jack's taking an aggressive wet setup. That is why he finds himself in 8th spot, a bit down the order. Brendan, have you anything to say today? You've been very quiet.
I know, just on two things. I would say, well, I know what Legend was doing, but I'm not sure. I know. I'm a stranger, but British one too.
It is a British 1-2. It is a Scotsman in second, so you might be happy about us saying a British 1-2. It is a Briton, it is a Scot and a Northern Irishman in the top 3, although Aaron, thankfully, goes under the tricolour. Sam Davison will start 4th, Enzo King in 5th, Juan Hernandez 6th, Jake Marsh 7th, Jack Redmond in 8th, Luke Davis 9th, and Kyle Albert rounds out the top 10 in Silverstone. There is the rain, and that looks intermediates to me, Brendan. If I had to ask you, it will be a difficult one, but who will win the British Grand Prix?
And Tyler is a wet weather expert. Usually, anyway. So, the logical bet would be with him. But realistically, with the weather, if the level of rain changes, it may make a difference. Like, you don't know, it could be inters then wets, or they could be wets back to inters.
Yeah, we do have to wait and see. Right now, it looks like the intermediates. I don't think, unless somebody tries a full wet, but normally everyone goes for the same tyre, unless your name is Jarno Opmeer. In that case, then it is a different ball game. Although, just looking at the garages, it does seem to be the intermediate tyres for everybody. We will have a look now. It absolutely is the intermediate tyres for everybody. Nobody going for a different strategy.
Yep. Everyone on the same playbook. So, pretty much be down to who is the quickest driver anyway, or we can get used to it quickest. Some people probably wouldn't have done much practice for it, but maybe they would. There might be just a little bit of confidence you have when you just know you might be better suited to these conditions than some of the others, so you might have done a little bit of practice.
Yeah, well, I know one man, Luke Davis, has did a decent chunk of wet practice.
And honestly, one of what I believe is 4 people who use the British flag in the top 10.
of course, there's Silverstone will be hoping for a British winner today, and there is every possibility that it might happen. They will most certainly be hoping for a home winner here, and well, I have to say, Brendan, there is a big chance they might just get that.
Yep. Who knows? Now see, Legend, he's having to get cut through the back. Now see, he doesn't have to worry of thinking about the championship, how one crash could mess everything up. Now he just, well, doesn't really matter. He can go for a move that he mightn't have went for maybe in the last 2 rounds.
Well, he still does want to win the Constructors' Championship, and of course, if Aston Martin outscore Mercedes by 15 points, they will take that Constructors' Championship. But right now, Mercedes are starting 5th and 6th, Aston Martin are starting 15th and 20th, so Mercedes could really take a chunk out of that championship lead, and they will definitely be hoping. But we line up on the grid for the British Grand Prix. Tyler Davison leads Lewis McWilliam away from the line. Of course, these two had that battle on the last lap last season for the win, and just like last season, it was Tyler Davison who came out on top. Lining up on the grid, it will be Chloe to line us up on the grid, so something must have happened to Williams on that last lap. Williams will start 13th. It's not that bad a starting spot, especially in the rain where traction is key of this race start. We line up on the Sir Lewis Hamilton straight. Of course, won the most British Grand Prix. Tyler Davison wins today, he'll take the most F for your British Grand Prix. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights at Silverstone, and we go racing in Britain. It's a really slow start, but that's to be expected. Tyler Davison has got decent traction off the line, but Lewis McWilliam goes up the inside and pushes the Alfa Romeo off the circuit. It's side by side into turn 3. Here we go. Lewis up the inside, misses his braking. He's pushed the Alfa Romeo off, and now it will be Enzo King who looks to get himself up there, the Mercedes-man, with a fantastic start onto the Wellington straight now, heading up to Brooklands. Lewis McWilliam might just try a move if he can get close enough. He missed his braking once. Will he do it again? No, he will not. Just gonna have to tuck in behind it somehow. The man from the north east of England keeps the British Grand Prix race lead. Look at this start from Jake Marsh. He's up 3 spots. Aaron McFall battling with Sam Davis, the season 2 champion, battling with another veteran of the league. Is he going to stick a wheel up into Copse? Christian Horner says absolutely not to. Juan Hernandez says absolutely yes. It has not worked for him, but what a battle these two are happening here. Jack Redmond and Juan Hernandez, absolute 2 fantastic racers on their day. That was a lovely bit of a fight, but Lewis McWilliam, he's not fallen off the back of the Alfa Romeo yet. This battle for the lead is certainly not over, and it looks like Liam Houseman could definitely have a run on Kyle Albert down towards here. Juan Hernandez could definitely have a run on Kyle Albert down towards Stowe. Into the inside. Jack Redmond gonna try hold the outside, doesn't want to pick up a warning for running wide there for the track limits. He will keep the spot, and look at this, oh look at this from Kyle and Liam, almost making it 4 wide in the braking zone. That would have been an awful start to the race. Down the inside goes Liam Houseman and gets the spot. Bit of argy-bargy. Oh, it's Aaron McFall gone. It's Aaron McFall. He's made a mistake at the last corner and into the wall on the Hamilton straight, down to 17th.
One for Legend. I mean, let's see. 2 people in the pits, Luke and Chloe. Oh, Alpine. It's Alpine.
It is bad for Alpine. Legend Rosenberg almost making contact with Kyle Albert. Kyle's had a horrible race start here. He's still gained a spot from it. Legend has gained 10 positions. What a race start we had there. Legend Rosenberg, 10 spots on lap 1. That is excellent. In the pit lane is the Williams, and Yeah, that's going to be very difficult, I think, to catch up, because it's not easy to do in Silverstone. It's certainly not easy to do in wet weather. Jack Redmond runs a little bit wide. He's going to find himself under attack very much from Juan Hernandez. As here he goes. He's not close enough. Jack Redmond makes a little bit of a mistake, but it will not be crucial, and that is someone gone. That is Aaron McFall gone again. The Irishman has no front wing for the second time in 3 laps, and Aaron McFall hasn't made back the pit lane yet. That's what's happened there. He hasn't actually got in. Liam Houseman gets past Juan Hernandez. Something has happened. The Spaniard there, and now the 2 men who were fighting for the championship no longer fighting for it, but they may be fighting for P8 on the circuit. They were fighting for the lower order behind Liam Houseman in Saudi Arabia, and now we just have a little bit of deja vu for the 3 drivers, except this time Liam's ahead of them on pace. Really interesting stuff now. Juan Hernandez not close enough to go for a move just yet. Legend Rosenberg just behind the Spaniard, and now they are both behind Liam Houseman. Jake Marsh really pressuring Enzo King up the top of the order as well.
Pressuring Juan.
Yes, Brendan, we were just mentioning that.
I know, but I have said to...
Legend Rosenberg up 11 spots now in 3 laps. Aaron McFall eventually makes it back to the pits after that spin on the Hamilton straight, and then the spin through Chapel. Borbune is pressuring Morgan Hitchings. Morgan up 4 spots to 13th. The Alpha Tauri not too shabby in the rain.
Jake having to take a little joker lap, Bruce. Well, it wasn't really that long enough for it to be a joker lap, but...
Yeah, he's lost a bit of time there, has Jake Marsh, and he won't be liking that. I was going to say still in DRS, but of course there is none.
Oh, and that's Legend, past Juan. Only took 3 laps. Oh God, Juan, what were you doing? Oh
no, Juan Hernandez is spun round, and I believe that was a stupid move according to you, Brendan.
Yep, dive down the inside. He tried to get Legend, but he ended up hitting Yarogos.
Oh no, Juan Hernandez. His season just gets worse. He was in the fight for the championship. He's not. He might not even get P2 at this point.
I think Borbune could be past him here.
Here we go. Can Borbune get past the experienced Mercedes-man? Borbune, just as experienced himself, mind you. Might not have been in the championship battle, but he definitely has a lot of races under his belt here in FVR. Drove for Haas, of course, in Season 4, but Juan Hernandez will keep that spot. Legend now has a free road to attack Liam Houseman, who is in 7th position. Down the old back finish straight. Is Legend going to try and move into Copse? This could be an absolute outstanding overtake. He has gone down the east side into Copse corner. Oh, look at that for an overtake. Legend Rosenberg, take a bow. What a move from the Dutchman. That is how you do an overtake into Copse in the rain. Absolutely no prisoners Legend is taking. What an overtake for P number 7. The 2 Hasses have swapped around, and there is a spin at the back for Tim. He is has kept 15th place, however, is not looking too good on his tyres. Look at this battle for P3. Jake Marsh versus Enzo King. Jake Marsh on the outside of the Mercedes. Enzo King not leaving any room. That is an excellent defence from Enzo King. And Jack Redmond right on the back of Jake Marsh now. Jack is looking decent here in the rain. Jack is really looking decent in the rain. Almost tried one down the inside is Jack Redmond. He is going to try one round the outside through the loop possibly. No, it'll be a difficult move. It certainly would have been a difficult move. Might have a look as we head down towards Brooklands. Jake Marsh really struggling on the traction out of that corner. Here comes Jack Redmond. We're on board with the Hassman. He will possibly try a move down at the Brooklands. No, Jake Marsh does break earlier, but Jack Redmond just didn't have that close enough gap. His teammate now is pressuring him into a defensive manoeuvre. And it looks like Sam Davis and Jack Redmond both back into their primes a little bit today. Jack Redmond certainly doing well. But look at this up the front. Tyler Davison leads Lewis McWilliam by 2.2 seconds, who leads Enzo King by 4.3. And Lewis has just picked up a 3-second tyre penalty. Tyler Davison in a incredibly comfortable position in this race. And now Jack Redmond looking for a move on Jake Marsh down towards Stowe. Jake somehow held on for this lap. Jack Redmond needs to do that a little bit more. It is very difficult to overtake in the wet around Silverstone. You kind of just need to go for the first move and just hope it works, because if you get bogged down behind a car, you definitely will be struggling. And it is a retirement. It is the Williams out of the Grand Prix. We are under safety car. We are under safety car.
Well, that brings one back into this, along with some others. Tim, Aaron, Luke.
It does bring some others into this, and Jack Redmond got past Jake Marsh before the safety car. No, Jack's gone AI and seems to have overtaken Jake. Oh no! Contact! Jake's hit the back of Jack's AI, and it's all gone wrong for the Ferrari. Oh no, Sam Davis has overtaken him. It's all going wrong here for Jake Marsh.
No, just genuine question. Is that a penalty by the rule book?
Well, I mean, I don't really know, and I don't really want to address it at the minute.
Because
but it's you say, why are you going into AI there? That is silly. And that, unfortunately, is one element of Jack Redmond's racing that just lets him down. That is now Jake Marsh with front wing damage. Thankfully didn't receive a time penalty, and thankfully has a safety car to try and recover. There's Mosenberg trying to overtake him. Jake letting Legend through.
Yeah, I think Jake's so slow that he's just going to hold up the rest.
Is he going to let his teammate through as well? I don't think so. I think he's thinking just in case his teammate has to pit. Legend has gained 14 positions in 6 laps. That is crazy. Nobody into the pits. Jake Marsh will definitely be in the pits.
Devil works hard, but Legend seems to work harder. As well, you'd think he would have been to have a bit of struggle to get past all these people in the wet, but no. Already up to 6th. Probably there's a chance of the win here for him if things fall into place.
Tyler will be kicking himself because he was in such a comfortable spot. He still is, mind you, but now he does have a fairly fast Williams behind him.
Albeit a Williams with a penalty.
It is Williams with a penalty. It is still Lewis behind. Poor Bune has gone for the pit lane.
I mean, you can take the stop now. It means you get fresher tyres without losing much in the grand scheme of things.
Very true.
As I believe Juan wants to get past Jackson's AI.
Yeah, that is the issue. We asked Jackson, could he join back? No, he cannot. It will be penalty points heading Jackson Turner's way, as Juan cannot get past it.
No. I think you have to do that braking trick. Or...
It's definitely not going to make Juan feel calm and collected, that is for one thing, and I don't know what Jack Redmond is trying to do at Enzo King. He's already got one position under the safety car. No need for another. Safety car won't be in this lap. We still have a vast field spread.
And Juan, he just can't do it without the game forcing him to.
Oh no! Jack's put Enzo in the wall! And Enzo's out of the race!
Oh no. Oh no 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 no
Oh no, Jack! What are you doing?
You're actually kidding me. You serious? You plain dead serious?
And Jack Redmond, what is going on here? Jack Redmond and Enzo are now out of the race.
What idiots. What the hell?
That is now Jack Redmond and Enzo King both out of the race.
What?
And really, I don't know what's going on.
I know these two. I don't think they exactly had the.
Jack's saying it's lag.
Enzo blaming Jack's internet, so it looks like it is a classic internet moment.
Oh no. Someone needs to get commentator some blood pressure tablets, I think, because my god, this is annoying to watch, because that is just stupid.
Unnecessary.
It's shaking up the grid. It's shaking up the grid. We now have Sam Davis on the podium, then Legend in fourth, Liam Huisman in fifth, but seemingly Lewis has hit Tyler as well in this train.
No, I think Lewis hit Tyler, remember, at the start, because he locked his brakes. And can people just not hit each other?
No, seemingly not. Well, let's hope the guy still in the race will show some maturity and some intelligence, because we are about to go racing. Tyler Davison will lead us away for the restart. Tyler seems to have a bit of a knack to doing these in the last few weeks as we go racing at Silverstone. Tyler Davison leads us away, weaving to warm his tyres. Warming tyres really difficult in these wet weather conditions. Liam Huisman finds himself in fifth spot, could be in a really good position here to try take some points. He hasn't taken points in his F4 career yet, has the Ferrari. Been very close to it, but he will be trying to look for it. Luke Davis also going to be trying to look to get something out of this race, and so will Jake Marsh. Morgan Hitchings very slow out of that corner.
Oh, Juan's starting to make his way back up. 11th now.
Yep, Juan Hernandez past Luke Davis, but Luke isn't going to give this one up just yet. Not close enough though. Juan just looking really good here in these wet conditions. Morgan Hitchings comes back on the track after running wide. Juan Hernandez will try go around the outside of him. Morgan Hitchings very slow off the exit there, and now Juan Hernandez has got that position. Side by side as we head into Copse. This one's going to be really difficult in the wet weather conditions. Of course, we've seen Legend Rosenberg try it. Juan Hernandez has got it done before. He will be no need for that risk into Copse corner. Lewis McWilliam is keeping with Tyler Davison, but Lewis McWilliam has made the mistake. Oh, somehow catches the car. Fast hands from Lewis McWilliam there, and that is a really good quality save here on lap 9 of the British Grand Prix, and it may mean he continues past lap 9. That is a great standard.
Well, you know, this race has just been it's a bit peculiar, but there's really going to be some decent, if let's say, on like Legend or someone can get past the two cars in front and try to attack Tyler, because then we're going to get the round 2 of them after Spain.
Yes, that Spain fight was quality. Here comes one Dutchman up the inside of the other, and that is Legend Rosenberg up onto the podium after starting in last position. He's up 17 spots, as you can see on your left hand side of the screen, and that is Legend Rosenberg having a very, very, very good race so far. Legend Rosenberg now has his old teammate to attack. These two were very nip and tuck this time last season.
See, Kyle's actually up to 60. He hasn't really said much about him, but from around 10th on the grid, it is a good race so far. There should be decent points for the McLaren team.
It should be. Kyle has really did a good job since he's come into this team. Legend is looking so fast. Juan Hernandez gets past Bill Nowick. Juan Hernandez gets past Bill Nowick definitely now. Bill runs wide. Legend Rosenberg with the fastest lap of the race. Tyler will definitely be starting to panic a little bit because Legend just seems to be dismantling cars left, right and centre. Next target is Lewis McGraham. It's a late one up the inside of the Scotsman. He's caught Lewis absolutely napping. And now the world champion proves why he's the champion. 18 spots in 11 laps with 3 safety car laps thrown into that. And now he'll attack Tyler Davison. But Tyler Davison has his favourite conditions in his own backyard. This could be a scrap for the ages between these two. Legend will have to work a lot harder to get past the North Englishman than he did the Scotsman. Just down the order a little bit. Luke Davis struggling to get past Bill Nowick now.
Hitting again. So bad to worse for Alpine.
Oh, look at this! Look at it! Oh, sorry, that's an AI car. No, it is not an AI car. It's Morgan Hitchings. Adrian Teich has a great move around the outside, almost side by side into Copse. Goes the Canadian, and he's got it done. What a great move from Adrian Teich. Morgan Hitchings still keeps it on the inside, so he will continue into Maggots, into Beckett's. This is great battling from these two. Adrian Teich gets the spot eventually, but really good stuff. Adrian Teich back into his old form recently. Saudi Arabia got this point, and that's an excellent move from Adrian Teich. Hopefully he can catch up a bit to the pack and try snatch some even more points. There's the response. Tyler Davison sets the fastest lap. Legend goes, anything you can do, I can do better, and beats it once again. Legend Rosenberg with the fastest lap now. We're only 11 seconds off the pole time, which is really impressive for wet weather conditions.
Yeah, that is the thing now. See, no DRS. It'll just have to be pure pace here for Legend. But I think this could be a really good scrap, but the narrative just flipped a little now. See, Legend's got nothing to lose, but it seems like Tyler holds all the aces. Like, he's been at the front for the whole race, but now it's a case of Legend. He'll want to complete this. He can get a win from P20 to P1. If he can just get this one move done.
He wouldn't be the first Dutchman to do it. Benjamin Bolwerk has did it twice. He did it in Bahrain and he did it in Monza. But Legend is definitely going to have to work for this, because Tyler will not give this one up that easily. Enzo just can't catch a brakes as the Mercedes team boss. That is, yeah, that's correct. Unfortunately, Enzo, it was really unfortunate. Have seen the clip from Jack's POV. There's absolutely nothing he can do, but it is really unfortunate. Sam Davison with an early pit stop. He goes into the pit lane. Of course, these drivers will probably have to make a pit stop, as I don't think these tyres will make the end unless they possibly can. Brendan, I'm unsure to this one.
I think the tyres could get to the end. I think we probably would have seen 1 or 2 pit stops already by this point. See, Sam's in.
We are exactly halfway through the race, so it would make sense to see some pit stops now, although we did have a few safety car laps. Legend is clawing in Tyler quite a lot, but I'm unsure to who said it, but you can claw in a driver. It's not as easy to overtake them. Here we go. Maggots. Beckett's.
Chapel.
Thank you, Brendan. Oh, Legend! There, Legend and Lewis take that line every time, and it slides the car off it. Why do you take the grass? I don't get it. Wet grass is not the best surface for a racing car. These guys, but Tyler tries to dummy Legend into the pit lane. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Liam Houseman is keeping Kyle Albert behind for P4. The Ferrari-man is having a great race. The other Ferrari-man... Oh no, that's just Tygo into the pit lane. He's got 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. Lewis McWilliam really off the pace of Legend, but Legend's pace is just absolutely rapid today.
Jake and Juan are not in the worst of places here. If pit stops do come, they'll be put into 1 and 2 of the race.
They will? Oh yeah, sure, they've both pitted. Yeah, that's a great point. Jake and Juan, of course, if you're just joining us, which I don't think anyone is, but they both had incidents and got a pit stop under their belts. They can both make the end of this race quite easily, whereas Legend, Tyler Lewis and the 2 cars of Liam Houseman and Kyle Albert cannot make it as easily. So we'll have to wait and see how the situation plays out there. But Tyler Davison is still in the lead and is still keeping that gap between 4 to 7 tenths on Legend Rosenberg. But Tyler will have a lot of weight on his shoulders. Legend, no pressure on him at the minute. He came from the back. That's a yellow flag in Sector 2. That is Adrian Teisch, who has gone round. It's an easy place to do it, that, and it doesn't look like he's made contact with the barriers. He is continuing on.
Yep, so good to see at least in the race, but it looks like there is definitely damage, as they're going to go full locker on cops.
Yeah, there is definitely damage for Adrian Teisch there. It's unfortunate, but he is still in the race, so could still get something. Legend Rosenberg is really mounting on the pressure to the Alfa Romeo. Hasn't had a go for a move yet, but he definitely is close to doing so. This position, as it stands, would not seal the constructors for Aston Martin, because Juan Hernandez, thankfully, still will score points today.
I don't think we're getting pit stops from some of these.
Imagine they'd have to do it by now, and that's a penalty for Juan Hernandez. That would drop him behind Luke Davis. As it stands, Kyle Albert still can't get past Liam Houseman. Legend and Tyler, the closest on-track battle. No, not the closest on-track battle. This between Tim and Borbune is the closest on-track battle. One McLaren in P5, the other in P10. Tim is going to try and get past Borbune here. Borbune made his debut in Silverstone, of course. Aaron McFall has got past Adrian and worked his way up to 14, so he had another incident after the safety car. We have to cut back up the front though, because Legend Rosenberg is almost pushing Tyler through Stowe. The Aston Martin is really quick around Silverstone in the rain. But how good is his overtaking craft? He dummied Lewis completely, caught him off guard. He's made a bit of a mistake there, mind you, has Legend. And he's made another mistake, as Legend. So Legend gets up in the dirty air and really struggles here. He's not finding it as easy as he thought he would have. 5 tenths is the gap. We've 10 laps to go. If Tyler Davison can hold on here, it would be a masterclass in defending the British Minister of Defence. I'm sure we could declare him.
No, he's going to try and do what he couldn't in Spain. Beat Legend in a straight fight for victory.
The comment from the Mercedes team was Khalil Bauman saying the British population, Alfa Romeo and Mercedes are all behind Tyler. I think a lot of people would want Tyler to take his second win here in Silverstone. It would make him the most crowned winner of the British Grand Prix.
I think it would be also second win in a row in FVR.
It would be, and that is Aaron, retired in the pit lane. As it stands, the fastest lap belongs to Legend. If Tyler could take it, it would make this on course for a Grand Slam. As that is finally Kyle Albert past Liam Wiesman. I think Liam's made a bit of a mistake there, or they've both made a bit of contact or something, because Liam is ghosted, or is he disconnected?
I think that's a disconnect.
I think that's a disconnect. If we could get Liam another invite. He has gone. He has disconnected. That's really unlucky. Oh, and his AI's into the pit lane. Oh, that's really unlucky because he was running in such a solid position. And that now puts Juan Hernandez and Jake Marsh up another spot. That is so unlucky there for Liam. Hopefully he can still snatch something from the race, because it would be a shame for him not to. There is a yellow flag in Sector 1. That's for Aaron McFall. We're on lap 17 of 26 here in Silverstone. The battle for the lead is between Tyler Davison and Legend Rosenberg. The gap has been under a second for the last 4 laps, but Legend hasn't been able to try and overtake yet. Through Cops, Legend runs a bit wide there. Might not have got a warning for that. Sometimes it is okay if you run wide.
Yeah, I see.
Through Chapel.
Is this Legend's chance? Doesn't look quite like it. Looks like he's having to burn up ERS. It isn't really gaining him much anyway.
No, it's really difficult to overtake around Silverstone in the raid. I don't really get why, it just really is difficult to follow.
And I see on the high speed, you had dirty air. And it's just can't quite get close enough that the slipstream will bring you up to and then past the car in front.
That's another mistake from Legend. That is another mistake from Legend. And going through Abbey, which is turn 1, when he gets close to Tyler, is really difficult, and it loses him all his time. Liam Houseman has thankfully got back in the session, and we can hopefully see him. He's had a pit stop, but he's only 3 seconds off Tygo Kirchhoff, and then maybe there might be a spin in front of him which allows him back into the points. It'd be great to see him score points for Ferrari today, because he was in such a great position. So far, we have 4 British drivers in the top 5. The only one not British, of course, Dutch World Champion Legend Rosenberg. Tyler Davison, Lewis McWilliam, Kyle Albert and Jake Marsh, all of British residency. The caps have gone off our screen now, but it doesn't matter too much. We can have a visual reference. The gap between Tyler and Legend. On board the Aston Martin now. He's really quick through these corners and gets really close to Tyler Davison, and this could be his chance. Tyler knows that Tyler's weaving. Legend's burned a bit of ERS, he's still burning his battery, and he's purple in Sector 2, and he's almost dried up the inside as the Aston Martin. No spot on there.
Seeing his tires just
now he's gone down the inside as the Aston Martin. That's really late on the brakes. He knows it has to be a late move to catch out the Britishman, and he's tried to catch him out. It has not worked, and he's had to absolutely slam on his Aston Martin brakes. He was purple in Sector 2, and he ended his lap 6/10 down. Through Abbey, he gets a much better line this time, does the Dutchman. Braking for turn number 3 into the loop now. It is getting to the point where Legend has to start thinking, maybe I need an overtake soon. Really struggling with the traction is Legend, and this once again allows Tyler to bolt away. This has been an absolute masterclass so far for Tyler Davison. Tygo Kirchhoff picks up a 3-second time penalty. Here we go, down the old start finish straight. That is a yellow flag. Who's gone off? That's Tygo Kirchhoff who's gone. Oh, he's gone off at the last corner. That's an odd one. He has gone off at the last corner and will be overtaken by Bill Nowick in the Aston Martin. Legend, once again, really close, but he's made a mistake through Chapel. He's made a big mistake through Chapel. The Aston Martin almost drifting his car out of there, and Tyler Davison just seems to be putting his car in the most awkward of positions. for the Dutchman.
What you're seeing is that Legend's able to gain when it's like highest. When he just needs to get the power down. Seems like Tyler is just finds it much easier. Well, obviously he's got clean air. Legend seems like he has to wait a little before he can really put on the power, and that's stopping him from having the momentum to catch and pass. So he needs a mistake from Tyler somewhere to allow him to get close enough to maybe just start being enough a nuisance to compromise Tyler's exits.
He needs to start being able to try and overtake, because he catches Tyler so much through the middle and last sector and loses it all in this first sector, and it has been going on since about lap 14, and that's not going to get him past. He needs to brush up this first sector and needs to be able to get close enough. That's a penalty for Kyle Albert. Kyle Albert is going to be defending from Jake Marsh and Juan Hernandez, and these guys have much fresher tyres. I am going to assume we are going no stops to the end. Lewis McWilliam picks up another 3, although he should be fine. The Scotsman with a big mistake through Copse, but I was going to say he's in a bit of a world of his own at the moment. Tycho Kirchhoff picks up another 3 seconds. That is at least 12 seconds now for him. It's 17 seconds now for Tycho. There is the tyres. You can see Jake Marsh and Juan Hernandez both on a lot less than everybody else. Tyler Davison is coming up to lap his teammate. His team, as Legend, sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix on lap 21, and lap 21 of his tyre stint, so he does still have the pace. Oh, yellow flag, it's Juan Hernandez. It's Juan Hernandez and Jake Marsh. Something's happened there, because Jake Marsh is going really, really slowly. He's dropped to 6th, and Luke Davis is now right on his tail. Something's happened to Ferrari, but I am really unsure to what. I think he might have gone for a move on Kyle Albert, and it just went wrong, is what I would take from that.
Honestly, now Juan's got a chance to get P4 and really limit what damage, or basically, well, ensure that it does go to the final race for the constructors, albeit it will require a lot for Mercedes to win said constructors.
It would, but Juan Hernandez won in Singapore last season.
However, at this moment in time, I believe he's running no line.
Yeah, it might be a spot more difficult. That is Sam Davis getting past Port Bune.
So,
Legends purple in sector 2 again. Tyler's not going for the fastest lap. He just wants to take the win today. That is for sure.
He needs to be, he knows he has to be fast in the certain areas. He can be a bit slower in some corners because he can be. That means he'll be able to save the car.
Tyler Davison did just set the fastest lap of the race, but I think Legend Rosenberg just beat it. So the pace is increasing because maybe we're starting to get the track a little bit drier. I don't think we'll get to slicks anytime soon, but maybe that track is just getting a tad bit drier, because these fastest laps are being pumped in. Legend really struggling getting on the power again. How old are Legend's tyres? Legend's tyres are 22 laps old. He has not pitted.
And obviously you don't have to pit because of the rules. You only have to pit if it's a full, like a dry race. If it's seen as wet and the inters are required, then you don't have to.
Yep, of course that is the rule. These guys won't be making a pit stop today. The only thing that will make them change their tyres is a puncture, and then even at that they mightn't pit. So the track improving would be the only thing that I could see that is improving the fastest lap.
I have penalties at the moment, but if the order would be Tyler, Legend, Lewis, Kyle, Devon or Jake, to be either one way or the other, depending on whether Jake just sneak in that 3 seconds.
He's just did it now, so he is looking good. Sam Davis, of course, made that pit stop. He is rapidly moving up the places. Just got past Borbune, now attacking Tim De Heyer. I probably butchered that surname, but sure look. Is it going to be another fastest lap bonanza? It is not. Both not improving on their fastest laps. There is now only 3 laps to go, and Legend has only had one real chance at an overtake, and it was not taken with much force. 3-second time penalty for Morgan again. Legend taking a much tighter line through the loop. Legend, this is one of the corners where he's really struggling on the exit, and you can see it again. Tyler just charges away. This race is really getting down to the business end. That is Adrian Teisch gone off at the loop, turn number 4. Something has happened there. Tyler Davison has led every lap of this Grand Prix. He was attacked at first by Lewis McWilliam, but the threat has been Legend since then.
Legend is using more and more ERS, whereas Tyler is actually gaining more. He has the ERS to defend.
And Legend is getting close, but no cigar. He's not getting overtaking opportunities. It's not like we're going side by side. He hasn't genuinely had a decent overtaking opportunity since that one into the Vale chicane. He's very close now, is Legend, and Vale seems to be the one chance at it. There has been contact there, and now he's gone for this Legend to the inside of the Vale chicane. Tyler Davison keeps it on the inside. Has he got the move done? Legend's been pushed right to the outside. You can see the 2 cars there as we fly over the curb side by side down towards Abbey on lap 24 of 26. Legend's got to try the outside. It's swapped to the inside now. It's going to have to be late on the brakes for Rosenberg. It is late on the brakes for Rosenberg, and he's got the job done. Tyler Davison still on the outside through the loop. He'll get the run down to Brooklands in whatever sort of a slipstream there is. He's been getting much better exits than Legend, but Legend Rosenberg leads the British Grand Prix on lap 24 of 26. Can he lead it to the end? I don't really know. It's been chaos. Tyler Davison could still try and move. He seems to be getting the better exits, and that is one crucial part of Grand Prix racing. Legend might just soar away here though, and that would be agonising, as that is Kyle Albert out of the race. That is Kyle out of the race. He's made the mistake at the loop and he's gone. That puts Juan up to 4th, which is quite crucial for Mercedes' Constructor Championship adventure.
I believe at the moment it would be 13.2 difference. It would be just enough still.
It's doable.
Actually, or no, with penalty, I believe that would change to 15. That would put them right on the cusp.
Tycho Kirchhoff has retired from the session. That is in the pit lane. Tyler Davison is now 6/10 behind Legend Rosenberg. It is all or nothing. He's now 7/10. It is all or nothing. As Legend Rosenberg sets a purple 3rd sector. He needs to lead 2 more laps of Britain, Tyler Davison's home turf, to take the Grand Prix victory. It would be agonising for Tyler, but what a performance it would be for Legend. Tyler make the mistake. I just don't think there's enough pace in this Alfa Romeo to make the move back unless Legend makes some sort of a mistake. The gap is almost 8/10 now, and Legend Rosenberg is just doing enough to win this Grand Prix. He started from the back. He will do a last to first. And it's almost now a second. The car is just gone for Tyler. He will not be the hero of Silverstone again this season, as it stands.
So it'll be a 5th winner in 5 seasons.
Silverstone normally produces some beauties of a battles. That certainly was one. The gap is now 1 second, and Legend will get a bit of slipstream from an AI car. I think, unfortunately, like Tyler is almost setting personal best middle sectors. It's just Legend's pace.
The thing, Legend now, he's finally got clean air. This is what he was wanting to show all this time.
Tyler Davison just needed to defend 2 more laps, but unfortunately he could not.
And that'll
Although he still had a good last sector there, as Tyler. He's not down and out just yet.
kick out of the rear there. He is close, but whether he'll be close enough.
I don't think he'll be close enough to try a move unless there is a mistake in that Aston Martin. Tyler is sending this last lap. He's on a pole lap almost here. He's gained another tenth, and unless Legend makes a mistake out of the loop here, you know, Tyler might have a shout. And Legend has made a mistake out of the loop here. But I think it will just be too much. We're going to get the ERS up on screen. It is going to be less than a second between the leaders for the third season running here in Silverstone. And Tyler Davison has the advantage on ERS. It's not a lot, but he's definitely on the better lap so far. 6:10 separates the leaders here on lap 26. It's going to be very, very close to the finish. If Legend makes one mistake, he's going to be swallowed up possibly by the Holman, who has led 24 laps out of 26 here in Silverstone tonight. They're both burning all their batteries, but I just don't think it will be enough unless Legend makes that mistake on the grass here on the exit of Chapel, where he's made a few times today. That'll really be it, but he hasn't made the mistake, and it should be enough for the world champion to take the race win, as that is Adrian out of the race. It's going to be a heartbreak all around the Alfa Romeo garage because they wanted the win tonight. It will be just enough for Legend Rosenberg. He'll come from the back, and the world champion is going to prove once and for all to us, while he is the world champion, it will not be British glory on Britain soil. It will be Legend Rosenberg with one of the drives of the season who wins in Silverstone. Tyler Davison with a great fight will take second, and Lewis McWilliam will take his second home podium in Silverstone. Juan Hernandez will do just enough. He will do just enough to keep the world title alive for the Constructors' Championship.
With the fastest lap, I believe it won't be.
As that is Jake Marsh, who pops up to 4th spot. Luke Davis will come home 6th for his first British Grand Prix. Not a bad result if you ask me. Sam Davis will fight back to 7th, but that pit stop really just sent him down the order. And it will be Tim who will finish 8th, Borbue 9th, and we're going to put a little bit of glory on him here, because he's coming around to finish for his first FVR points. Rounding the final corner of club, Liam Weissman will get a solitary point and his first points in his FVR career.
It is nice. He was doing really well up until then, and now that is. He's got something anyway.
Legend takes the win. Legend Rosenberg takes the win in Silverstone with the fastest lap, a full 26 points for the world champion. If it wasn't confirmed, it certainly is now. Tyler Davison will take 2nd, followed by Lewis McWilliam in 3rd, Jake Marsh 4th, Juan Hernandez 5th, Luke Davis 6th, Sam Davis is 7th, Borbue 8th, Tim 9th, Liam Weissman in 10th. Brendan, who wins the Meme 1 Safety Award?
Let's see. Well, I suppose Legend, because well, P20 to P1 without without actually making any collision with anyone, so I would say just by doing that, that's more than enough to get the safety award.
That's all we do have time for here in Silverstone. We do hope you enjoyed. We go to Singapore next week for the season finale. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you next time.